It's Friday, and when it's Friday on the Morning Glory Show, we usually have fun here. So today we're talking about art, entertainment, sports. But then specifically leo ni siku ya art, because I believe actually photography is an art. Photography, videography. So my question would be then, what should you consider when choosing somebody to document your event? Inafaa uconsider nini before uchukue msata document memories zako? I'm imagining that you are going to have a wedding soon, and then you're thinking of the right person to document your event. So that person anafaa kuwa na qualities gani na gani. And so today on this particular show, I have one gentleman. Kevin was actually supposed to have two gentlemen, but then because of circumstances that could not allow, then Ngash was not able to arrive. We've actually been waiting for him, and we've come in, I think, 20 minutes past the normal time. But then we apologize for that. Nonetheless, we are going to have a very beautiful conversation. We are going to have a powerful conversation around how you should choose the person to document your events. But then before that, kama ushaingia pale ndani, like the broadcast, whack the like button. Let me know that you're there. Because anytime you click your like button, at least naweza jua uko hapa. Then also the next thing unataka ufanye saa hizi, make sure unatag as many friends as possible. Kama kawaida tuko na keki. So make sure ya kwamba unaingia hapo na unaweza kuclick ile button ya like ama ya love. Na unaweza nisukumia pia emojis za moto, because this is going to be fire. I told you Friday, no formalities bro. Friday ni kupiga story, kuchangamka, kushare, and let me tell you, okay, just to read some of the few comments that we already have. There's somebody saying, Tirop Kiprotich, anasema, I love this, I'm in. Thank you so much, Tirop Felix Kiprotich. Share your broadcast. Nataka nione tu pale kwa share ikitembea. Nione 5,000 people watching. Mildred Super anasema, very impressive. We are in. Thank you so much, Mildred. There's somebody called, who again? Gogo Small. Anasema, Team Morning Glory. Acha nisikie kijana yangu Kiprop. Oh, okay. Na by the way, Gogo Small anafaa tuambie kama wewe ni kijana wake ama kijana wake. Anyway, for those who understand this, I know shapata. Kama hujapata, then ni juu yako. Anyway, just to jump into the conversation, I would want to allow Kevin to introduce himself, and then tuanzie hapo. So Kevin, it's your time, bro. Tuambie wewe ni nani ba?
Thank you so much, and good morning to everyone that's viewing today. My name is Kelvin Kiprop. I go by the alias of Kevin Creatives, and I am a video director working with Dawi Afrique Photography.
Video director working with Dawi Afrique Photography. And if I didn't tell you, we are coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography. So kama uko pale nyumbani, so many people are planning weddings during this season. Umepanga harusi na hujajua ni photographer mgani unataka kutumia. I'm just advising you, walk into Dawi Afrique Photography, of course, and make sure that you get yourself some nice services. I've asked this before, that how do you imagine to, like harusi yako mtu amedocument alafu amedocument vibaya? Have you ever had such experience? Kama umewahi na experience, niambie pale kwa comments. And like you gave somebody a one-time event and they messed up with it. There's a photo actually rotating online, Kevin, about a certain photo ya client alipewa cheap option, then watu wote wakapigwa wakatoka light skin, hakuna mtu dark skin. So bro, first of all, maybe before tuanze kujump into hizi story, maybe tueleze kiasi kukuhusu, maybe ulianza hii game lini, how did you get, ilikuwa ni passion, ilianza ukiwa mdogo? Hebu tueleze bro.
I started photography, rather I was introduced to photography back in 2018. So it's been 4 years in the game, and I've actually done a lot when it comes to video production. I call myself a creative. So I've worked with a number of companies, but pali tumefika saizi, I'm working with Dawi Afrique, and it was a passion. It was a passion that I've always wanted to pursue. And at this point, I started doing YouTube videos back then, and ikafika point nikasema, now let me get into the video production side, doing music videos, weddings, photography, and more of that. Yes.
Okay, and you said it was a passion. How did you realize that you like this? At what point ulianza kusikia zile za, I now need to do this thing?
I was so intrigued when I used to see content creators from States. So I was so much into watching YouTube videos back then. Sasa nilikuwa naona these people are handling big cameras, looking, and then I was so intrigued when it came to watching movies. So nikasema, this is something that I would really want to do, and Well, I'm here.
Ni movie gani ile moja bro uliwatch hivi ukasema I want to be, nataka nikuwe star kushoot hizi vitu?
The Matrix.
Eh?
The Matrix was a very, very, very awesome movie. Niliona like the CG. We actually call it CG. It's computer generated images. So the fact that they really worked on creating the art out of it. Niliona like, hey, the visual presentation is so good.
So your time ulikuwa unajua hizo ma story?
Yeah, pole. Unajua YouTube actually I'm a graduate when it comes from YouTube. Nilisoma hivyo pole. I actually learned pole. Nikasema now this is something that I would want to do.
But I also understand that you've actually attended a media school, right?
Yeah. I did journalism. Actually graduated diploma in journalism. But naweza sema most of the things that I'm doing right now, I learned it from social media. Social media is a very, very vital tool to anyone who's really into videography.
Okay, thank you so much. Na nawaambia leo ni siku ya kupiga story. Tume story hapa. Tujue kwa nini photographers in fact wana deleting picha zetu tusipoalisha kwa sherehe and all that. But then before we go there, then just to remind you that at the end of this particular broadcast somebody will be walking away with the cake. So make sure unaingia pale ndani unacheza kama wewe, and at the end of this particular broadcast I'll be awarding somebody a cake. So make sure it's you. Remember, each and every day somebody walks away with a cake on this particular show. So make sure unacheza kama wewe, unaingia pale ndani, una comment, una tag friends. Let's have this conversation. And as I said, Friday is nothing serious. Friday nakuwa nimejiachilia, unacheki leo nimevaa tu kijampa hapo. Jamaa tu wako hapa kupiga story. And so if you are already in the comment section, nataka mniambie ule photographer wenu mwenye alikuwa anakuja kuwapiga picha siku ya Christmas alikuwa anaitwanga nani? Ule photographer alikuwa anakuja kuwapiga picha siku ya Christmas alikuwa anaitwa nani? The more you engage, the better your chances of winning a cake. Na watu waniambia mbona siwaonyeshi keki. Actually there is a cake on the table at the moment, and in a few seconds you'll be seeing it on your screens. So iangalie hiyo cake, it's a yellow one. Nimechukua, I think hii ni model ya shati kimpango. Unaiangalia mpaka iko na buttons. Hiyo keki unayoitazama sasa hivi inaweza kuwa yako only if sikia conditions wanze, only if you participate in this particular show. So make sure kwamba unaingia pale ndani kwa comment sections, una tag as many friends as possible. And then by the way, just nothing serious, tell me ule photographer wenu mwenye alikuwa anakujanga siku ya Christmas kuwapiga picha, alafu picha at times inaungua nini alikuwa anaitwaga nani? Then also in the meantime you can actually obviously ukistick hapa, then at the end of it all we are assuring you that you learn something about photography. And now that it's a festive season, we will also teach you something about how to choose the right photographer for your event and some of the things that people should do. And just to get into it directly, you see, Kevin, most of the time during this time mtakuwa mna document mostly weddings and pre-weddings and all those, right?
Yes.
And maybe how prepared are you guys right now, maybe as we are free, to cover the events that are coming up?
The events that are coming up, tumekuwa we've been taking in bookings, and we can say that we are really, really prepared for those who really want us to cover the events. Yes.
So you're very prepared.
Very, very prepared.
Okay, a client right now is planning a wedding, and they're wondering what should they look for when choosing somebody to actually cover the events. What is that thing that nafani angalia? Okay, before even wakuje grao, what are some of the aspects that I look at before choosing a photographer or a videographer to document my events?
I think it solely lies on the packaging, because we've packaged ourselves in a way that we deal critically with good work. Na tunaweza sema we have tailor-made prices that fit any client. Because sahizi people are really afraid. People actually get afraid when it comes to high quotes. But sasa mimi naweza sema you shouldn't be afraid to spend money. Spend it. When you spend good money, you should be guaranteed of good work. Yes.
Okay. And I don't know, there's this thing kwanza juzi walisema nyinyi ni watu mna delete picha za watu msipolisha kwa sherehe. Okay, now we'll not actually go dwell into that much, but then I'm just imagining, and I want us to take a synopsis that today actually I'm planning my wedding.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of now how to get the right person to document my events. We've had people who've lost their footage before. Ni nini ufanyika mpaka unasikia msana anasema mimi footage yangu ilipotea, inaungua kama zile picha zetu za zamani?
So it has happened imefanyika sana. And I can say it happens when problematic situations such as the computer fails, or rather the cards that we used to film ilikataa, tunakuja we actually render, tumekuja tumetransfer everything, and then in a crash. So naweza sema we can it's something that happens, and you never know, it might be the next person you're working with, or rather the person you're working with sahizi, but fortunately we have ways on how to we can recover such footage. Sasa it happens. Kila kazi iko na challenges, but as I sema, just trust that everything is going to be okay.
Of course tunakuja hapo kwa challenges, but then before we go there, let me sample some of your comments here, and I'm just encouraging you that at the end of it all, somebody will be walking away with a cake courtesy of RedRoyal Cake House. There is somebody called who Tirop Felix Iprotich, good morning. There's Ruben KB Reg and Sema, tuned in, bro. So this is the great guy behind those videos and pics. Good rose, actually is the one behind them. Leo tumemleta mbele ya camera. Watching you live, thank you so much. That is Digitali Music. There's Judith Koech saying good morning. Boni Kim saying tupo site. Judith Koech tag watu pale vibaya sana, na hivyo ndio mtu ushinda keki. Cheza kama wewe. Joshua Kiptolele saying good morning, watching the show from Kabene. So ni mtu wa Kabene bana, anasikia Kabene sasa wanachuvuna mahindi. Cheza kama wewe brother. There's Sami Lagetsi, good morning bro, how are you? Boni Kim saying ametag watu pale, thank you so much Boni Kim. There is Chemutai Biwat anasema yuko ndani. Thank you so much Chemutai Biwat, karibu sana. Tumekutafutia tent yako, kaa hapo kwa tent karibu na Kevo. So actually yeah, and you see Friday wasa waliniambia by the way tunakuwa na shows zingine serious Monday to Friday, and we said why don't we have just a fun show on Friday, like show tunaongelea tu vitu za kawaida zenye happen but ni za affect life yetu. And so bro, I'm still tunachukua perspective ya mtu anapanga sherehe. Yes. Sawa. So what amount of the budget then should I give to photography and videography? And then what are some of the other aspects that affect photography in an event?
Hapo kwa pricing, I think everybody has their own quote. So I can't really talk about other individuals, but I can talk about Dawi Afrique.
No, okay, this is not even about Dawi Afrique, but as I'm planning for my wedding, si kuna chakula, kuna nini, kuna kila kitu. Yes. Percentage gani mimi nafaa niekele photography ama nafaa nisetaje photography juu? Actually, I also participate in events. And you go to an event whereby labda photographer wameita labda photographer mpoa. Yes. But then unapata labda tens iliangusha ama kuna deco mbovu. So how should I plan these things to make sure it's in a balance?
I think to every service provider out there and every person who's planning their event, you should allocate a very good amount to every service provider, so that you ensure that, because nasemanga, I always say that if the deco is good, my footage is going to be good, and you really can't sacrifice quality. You really can't sacrifice quality. So if you allocate good funds to every service provider, your sherehe itakuwa perfect.
Na kaa budget ni ndogo.
Kaa budget ni ndogo. I think you can squeeze, or rather talk to the service providers. At least they curate you a very good price quotation. Alafu sasa at the end of it all, utakuwa unaona at least you shouldn't, because mimi nasemanga, I always say that if you come to the studio and you ask for the quote, and I give you a quote of probably 45,000 for the video, and as I say, that is my quote, knowing very well what I can deliver. Sasa if you go below that, usiniambia ati 15,000, I really can't deliver. Sasa inakuwa a little bit tricky.
Okay.
Yes.
Umeenda kwa event ukajikuta umetoka na gia yako safi, umelikwa vizuri, then unafika huko tent ni yellow, green, red, blue, alafu okay ikakudiza like umefika huko mambo haiendi, like let's say somebody yako balance budget yake, then unajikuta wewe sasa ndio. Have you ever found yourself in such a situation?
Yes, it happens a lot.
Tupe scenario moja safi bro. Yaani wasema upate hizi practicalities, like okay, But sincerely at times unaenda sherehe bana, unashindwa utachukua footage gani?
Naweza sema okay, ukifika pale unapata like everything is just the way it is. So now what you have to do, you just have to work with whatever you have. Whatever is there, wewe itabidi tu umecheza kaa wewe. Because huwezi sema sasa juu sherehe inakaa hivi hivi, wacha nitapiga kazi hivi hivi. It's my mind working on the cameras, and at the end of it all nataka ku create something that is going to be more memorable to the person. Alafu aseme at least however bad the other things were, video ilitoka
safi.
Yes.
Okay. So ukazana tu ku make sure hii kitu inatoka.
Lazima I play my part, because siwezi sema okay, I really need to make the MC look good. I really need to make the decor look good, because at the end of it all, after every service provider amerudi nyumbani, I am left with the client. So mimi ndo like the final. If I mess up with the footage, the event is obsolete, null and void.
So those are memories gone and gone forever.
You really can't redo an event. Yeah.
And these are serious as it looks. Okay guys, I've been asking you, tell me ule photographer alikuwa anakuja kupiga picha kitambo. Alikuwa anaitwa nani? Let me just look at some of the comments you've sent in here. Bonikima anasema my photographer alikuwa anaitwa Peter. Kuna time alipiga na sikuwahi kuona hizo mapicha. Zilikuwa zinaunguanga hizo picha. So actually then there's somebody called CTNA Kipto anasema niko ndani, thank you so much. Judy ametag watu wengi pale, sio mbaya, nashukuru sana. There's somebody called Mildred Sum amesema Kevin Kiprop, we have always been told that this field is too competitive. How competitive is it, and how, now that you are in the field, kindly give us some explanation about it. Thank you so much. Ambassador Alfred Sargent following all the way from Perth. Okay, thank you so much. Kevin Otieno anasema watching you clear from Eldoret. Yes, good memories are made of good good memories are made of good photography and video coverage. Kudos, Dawi a freak. Bonikima anasema kuna msee amewahi kusahau kufinya record button while covering sherehe. We had to start afresh. Okay, Eldoret City wanasema nini? Wanasema good work guys, thank you so much. Anasema we appreciate the talent. Mildred anasema ametag mtu pale, thank you so much. Karibuni sana. There is somebody else called who I'm seeing very interesting conversations in the comments. I'll be able to sample all of them at the end of this particular broadcast. So now taking us to the next to the next stage of this. Now you've said actually that somebody should maybe make sure that they balance the budgets and all that. Yes. I would just want us to now take us through the wedding day. Like hiyo siku ya harusi, what are the eventualities? Msee anafaa kujipanga aje? Because we've also had situations whereby unapata labda photographer huku like something was not captured and all that. How do you consider that una manage kupata whatever the client anahitaji?
So when it comes to the personnel working on the project, mostly individuals who come from different houses. Yeah? Come, it's a new couple. We always assign a videographer and a photographer to both sides, so at least so that we can get footage, the bride and the groom. But sasa that will only depend on the budget, because if you give it if you take a very low quote, itabidi sasa now we deal with the bride, because wanasemanga when it comes to weddings ni siku ya bibi harusi.
Oh, wedding inakuwa siku ya bibi harusi. Okay.
Yeah. So for good coverage, a good price. I will keep on saying, if you pay more, you'll get good quality. Sasa hapo we can't really say that wacha tume watu wawili waende kwa bride na tuache the groom.
Okay, now let's just be very practical here. I love us to be very practical. Give us a package you wanna feel. Harusi tu yenye bibi harusi anatoka okay, place nyingine bwana.
Different.
Take us through such a wedding. Msee anafaa kufanya nini na nini na nini? In terms of photography, like when choosing a package.
In terms of photography,
like photography and video, obviously coverage, the whole bit. What package would you actually advise somebody to take? A package that iko na nini na nini na nini?
Okay, sawa. Sasa when it comes to that, package that has 2 still cameras, Still cameras, I mean photography and 2 video cameras. So that package, you will be guaranteed that utakuwa na very good distribution on both sides. And your work will be very easy, by the way. Utapata like full coverage. Yeah.
So maybe we should take through your process ya venye new jigawa, because somebody was asking actually, how would I know that some good work is going on without having to like wait until you're surprised, then I noticed that actually something was not captured. As a client, how do I know that my work inashughulikiwa poa? What are some of the aspects nafaa kuangalia kwa photographers wangu na nijua actually there is some good work happening kwa grao before hata hiyo siku ifike waende niende studio kuona footage?
So when you come to the studio, you should be greeted. Alafu, you're supposed to be.
No, I'm not talking about the studio, whatever.
Understand. So ukikuja studio, before you were given the quote, you're supposed to be given a rundown on previous works. So at least you get to see what we've achieved with other clients. So that ikifika hiyo siku, you're not skeptical on whatever we're supposed to deliver. So ukiangalia now our photos, you'll say now if they actually took this, my event, my wedding, will have the same layout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Na pale kwa field new jigawaje, because wedding ukwa crazy sana.
I think it's we always assign ourselves. We have the lead photographer and the assistant photographer, the lead videographer pia, and the assistant. Sasa tunakwanga tumejipanga in such a way that we won't miss out on capturing even the detailed moments. So it's a matter of us knowing what we are supposed to do.
What you're supposed to do.
Yes. Because inakwanga a very big issue. Unafika field, and then individuals kwa sherehe wanakwambia piga hapa, piga pale. I have been in the field. I know what I'm supposed to deliver. So let me do my job.
Let him do his job.
Yes.
Okay, I think hapo ndio tunaleta ile story ya chakula na nyiku delete. Nini uko na nyinyi na chefs, by the way?
We're very friendly by the way. But I think if you've given me the job, you shouldn't expect me to pay or rather go outside the event. Because the scenario that happened with that post that one photographer posted, ilikuwa they really worked since morning. Ikafika afternoon, they hadn't had anything to eat. So it was a matter of they leave the event or they delete the footage. But I don't know if it was true. If it was true, it really sparkled some really harsh sentiments on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. As tunaendelea mbele, there's new trends for photography, of course. And of course, we'll take us about the new trends and the things that people should consider nowadays. And maybe package inafaa upewe nini na nini and all that.
Yes.
Then also talk about this thing, your drone.
Yes.
There's so much excitement about the drone. Is it just a trend ama ni kitu inasaidia? Because unapata clients saizi ukienda every wedding there's a drone. What exactly is it with your enthusiasm ni nini?
I think the whole excitement around the drone, it's because I really think it is because ukipata drone and then you see the equipment flying, unasema really now this is it. I think the drone gives it the it factor because if it's a basic, everybody is used to the cameras on the ground. The photographer is there, the videographer is there. You see, so ukipata that, it's been something that has been in the industry for a very long time. But the drone imekuja recently too. Na naona ni kama people are so excited, but for us, for me, it's something that I use to document the event, to give it the aerial view.
Okay, is it necessary?
Yes, it is. Very, very necessary.
It is necessary, right?
Yes. So when you are taking the package, kindly consider taking the package that has the drone with it. Yeah.
Okay, what are other latest trends zenye zimeingia kwa market saizi yenye msee kama anaenda ku take package December anafaa consider?
There is one vital thing that you should consider. The eve preparation. We're supposed to shoot before the actual wedding, so that we show we have a very, very, very nice show reel because a lot of things happen before the wedding. Sasa ukiwa tu na the footage ya hiyo siku, we can't really know the backstory between the two couples. Sasa inafaa like a month prior, we have a very...
Bro, umesema a month prior?
Yes, a month prior.
Okay, sawa, endelea tu.
Yes, and a month prior, for us, we have a package that goes for 100,000 Kenya shillings. That package has a pre-shoot before the actual wedding and a post-shoot after the wedding. So mtakuja hapo mtu explainie how the whole event was. We get to document it fully. Sasa unajua, we can't... Back in the day, I used to see, because I wasn't there at the time. I used to see, it was just a basic documentation. So I think you should take a package that gives you full documentation. Yes.
Full documentation of the event.
Full documentation of
the event. And what is that one thing that you feel clans hawajawahi elewa kuhusu job yenu? And ile kitu unaenda feel unasema I wish clans understood this thing.
Hapo kwa us knowing if you've given me the job, I think unafaa tu niache. Just let me work for you. Because okay, you really can't say that nataka ushoot hii na hii na hii na hii. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who's supposed to compile the video. And I think we have a problem when we clash at uko field. Client anakuja anakwambia naona ufanyi kazi yako vizuri. It's really demotivating because you really don't understand what I'm doing. Yes, and I think we should have a very good environment. Give the photographer a very good environment, and they will deliver what they're supposed to do. Yeah.
So inafaa mkiingia pale, okay, because obviously then bado tu client ndio boss. Maybe how should that relationship work out? Should it be that they should based on whatever ulimexplain kwa ofisi, so ukifika pale ujipange kivyako and let them wait for the feedback, ama how should it work out?
I think we should trust, we should have trust. If you've given me the job, trust that I'd deliver. Yes, it's just simple like that.
It's just based on trust.
Trust and trust. Yeah.
Now, right now we have so many photographers. Ukiingia kila mahali tao, kuna photographer, kuna videographer, kuna nini. So how do you survive in such a competitive market?
Well, skill. Skill. Because the new mode of documentation really requires you to work on your skill. Always keep track on the trends that are coming up. You shouldn't forget that you are in a very competitive field, because ukilala kidogo everybody is going to be ahead. You don't wanna, and you don't really want that to happen. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm telling you, I promise you this is going to be very interesting. And I told you Fridays manze atakuangi serious sana, tunakuanga tumekaa hapa tukiongelea vitu za kawaida but vitu zina affect life yetu. For example, you see this looks like a joke, but then at the end of it all I know of somebody who did a wedding, and at the end of it all somebody say there, the photographer akamwambia nilisahau kufinya record button, and at the end of it all you don't have that footage. And we're just trying to look at some of the loopholes that the client by there anaweza sahau, and it is important that they remember. Then also Kevin has said it is very important that when choosing a photographer you agree on the package, so that client usifike huko siku ya mwisho anambia ulikuja na kamera moja alafu anakuonyesha kwa anakuambia ni hivi. So make sure that before you take a photographer ama company inaenda kupackage ya event yako, you've actually taken them, you understand what exactly they are bringing. In that unaweza hesabu useme this is one photographer, this is one videographer, one photographer and all that, and you'll have a very successful event. Sampling some of the comments, Queen She is already in. Thank you so much Queen She. Anasema good morning, thank you so much. Dixon Diktaro Tanui, thank you so much. I think I've seen you now. Asante sana. Queen She, karibu sana. Kelly Sergeant, thank you so much. Tafutieni Kelly Sergeant kiti akae. I think ni mgeni. Mtafutieni mahali akae chini hapo. Frasha Photography, good morning bro. There's somebody called who again? Melanin Devs anasema packaging and the quality of the work. Thank you so much. There's somebody called Melvis Davis. Thank you so much. There's somebody called Joe Jonathan. He was called Oroni. He was called Oroni. Ilikuwa na booking procedures. Okay. Na huyu jamaa anasema photographer wake alikuwa anaitwanga Oroni. Na anasema ilikuwa na booking procedures. Tell us more about your photographer. Ule bado unakumbuka hizo moments Kevo. Mlikuwa na photographer kwa kwenu?
Tulikuwa na.
Alikuwa anaitwa nani?
Alikuwa anaitwa Jose.
Jose alikuinspire kiasi kuingia hii kitu ama huko aibambika na venye alikuwa anafanya macho moja.
Jose was a very interesting guy. Alikuwa anakuja and he used to come to our place every Sunday. Na ukikosa, I mean, you'll have to wait for a whole month. Ndo harudi tena.
So Jose alikuwa gara schedule kama huyo akina Jonathan, Jonathan. Exactly. So if you miss him, you've missed him that way.
Ni hivyo tu. Because I think he used to move around homes.
So kuna villages zenye labda ako hii wiki hivyo. So integemea schedule.
And if you miss, you'll end up missing out on every photo. And back then, they used to have a very interesting mode of photography. Ilikuwa unafika piga. Akipiga miss kidogo hiyo picha walikuwa wanasemanga inaungua. So
hiyo kuungua ni kama like what exactly was kuungua by the way? You know understand this, of course, umepitia media.
So in photography there is exposure. When the lights when the camera sensor receives a lot of light, hiyo picha inaungua. So inakuwa white. Yes.
Okay. That's exactly what they mean by kuungua.
Yes.
Somebody called Matthew Komen anasema good morning. Good morning to you. Somebody called Melvis Davis anasema good morning, keep up, go. Okay. Hey, kuna bro. Okay, too much love there. Queen She anasema the only studio in Eldoret ilikuanga Mwangaza. By the way, wale watu wame grow up Eldoret. Ulienda Mwangaza wewe?
Kodak.
Kama Mwangaza. Na by the way kauli na Mwangaza wewe ni deep state. Na kauli na Mwangaza hii weekend tuko na mkutano ya kupanga harusi yako. So Queen She, tafadhali tukutane weekend. We're planning your wedding. There's somebody called who again? Kelly Sargent anasema yes indeed. Juliet Kaino anasema absolutely amazing. Kosgei Arab Chiesir anasema loving this Zawi Africa photography, image beyond imagination. Queen She ametag Kimuge portraits there. By the way, Kimuge portraits anaingia tu mara moja na kutoka. Hebu leteni Kimuge hapa. Tumuulize pia maswali because he's a photographer. Now that who else anasema? Okay, Kim's Livin anasema good morning Glory. Okay, sawa. Thank you so much. Elijah Suldo anasema watching from Mosori at Nandi County. Thank you so much Elijah. Bonnie Kim ametaga Rap Uria hapo. Rap Uria ingia hapa tuweze kucheza kama sisi. Christine Murgor tupo side. Good morning dear. Good morning. Wanasalamiana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Si mimi nimeitwa dear. Karibu ni fry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, remember the more you watch this broadcast, the better your chances of winning a cake courtesy of RedRoyal Cake House. RedRoyal Cake House is situated in Eldoret at a place called Eden Center, room F1. Ni kama hii set ndaipanua kidogo, niongeze mtu mwingine lakini sawa tu. So Kevin, yes. There's something many people are asking, by the way. Up to now, because I think kitambo, then it was only that, when unasema alikuwa anaitwa Joshua?
Yeah, Jose.
Jose. So it was only Jose ndiye alikuwa anapiga picha village mzima and all that. And people didn't take it as a very serious job. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? What would you tell a parent who right now ana film mtoto wake kuwa photographer, this one is a joker, this one got jokes?
Photography is a very, very, very lucrative business. I think the fact that watu wameshinda waki overlook makes it very lucrative for us that are already in it. So if you have your child who's really into the art of videography, photography, or rather documenting, you should really support them because it's something that is very, very, very lucrative. Yes.
It's very lucrative.
Very, very
okay,
lucrative.
Thank you so much. Tirop anasema ati nilikuja kuosha mapicha hapo Mwangaza. Tirop, if uliosha picha Mwangaza, brother, now I'm looking at you straight.
It's about
Tirop,
time.
It's about time you get somebody settled down.
It's about time.
Kama uliosha picha, ulikuwa unakujanga, I think ilikuwa 10 bob or something.
10 shillings.
Ilikuwa 10 shillings,
yes.
Ndio? Obviously kuna wale labda walioshana 5 bob wao walishaoa. Lakini Tirop, by the way, kama hujapata mtu tafadhali ingia hapo. And if you know somebody by the way mwenye anajua Mwangaza or mwenye aliyeenda kuosha zile picha za Kodak, my friend,
should come
look
through.
for somebody.
Should come through.
Anafaa kuja atafute photographer hapa, hoping that tayari ashapata mtu. Na kama hajapata mtu tunaweza msaidia by the way because hey. Okay, thank you so much for that. Kevin, to my next question, and now we're actually coming to the last quarter of this particular interview. If you have any question for Kevin, especially when you're planning your event, you can now shoot it. I've also promised you that at the end of this, kuna mtu ata walk away with a cake, courtesy of a RedRoyal Cake House. So Kevin,
Yes.
there's somebody right now planning to get into the media space, planning to purchase cameras and all that. What should they consider?
They should consider, first of all, you should what is your main goal? Are you trying to do videography? Are you trying to do aerial photography? Because there are specific equipments that work hand in hand to create the look, or rather the feel that you want. When it comes to photography, every camera out there can handle photography, but there are specific cameras that deal with video. So, kama you want to get into photography, I think you can handle brands like Nikon, Canon, and you'll get the feel, the photography feel. There are specific cameras that handle videography. We have Sony, we have Hasselblads, and specifically, if you really understand what you want, because kama daktari would actually prescribe medicine towards the specific diagnosed problem. As a hapa, you really need to do research so that you get to understand what you want and which equipments are going to work for what you
want.
Yes.
How expensive is it to start this thing?
Photography is expensive. I wouldn't want to lie, because a lot of people think that you can get the quality that cameras give by using your phone. Photography is an investment. It's an asset.
By the way, before ende mbali umeongelea simu na photographers. Naona mkipigana kwa sherehe. Hiyo vita uko ya nini by the way?
It's very annoying. It's
very
annoying.
What is it necessary mpigane?
No. See vita. It goes back to what I was saying. Tafadhali, let me do my job. Because if you obstruct whatever I'm trying to film, itakuwa a very, very bad thing. So I'll end up snatching your phone and holding it for you, so that when I'm done filming what I'm supposed to film, I return the phone. It isn't rocket science. Kindly let the photographer or the videographer do their job.
Okay? By the way, naonanga mkipigana sana mpaka wanasumbua MC. Unasikia MC tangaza, waambie watoe watu wa simu hapa wanatusumbua. Anyway, now back to what you were saying actually. And of course by the way, kuna msea, in fact ameuliza akasema kuna tofauti gani ama kuna need gani ya kubai kamera kama tayari niko na simu ina shoot almost quality ya camera. So maybe also you can speak to that as also.
There is a reason why we have big cameras. There is a reason why you have the phone as a small gadget.
So nataka kusema hakuna venye simu inaweza bishana na ni kupiga picha.
Exactly. There is no point of making that seem like a very complex thing. It is basic knowledge.
Abro acha kwa unaongea mbaya. No.
Because one thing is I really can't get the quality that I want. Siwezi kuja I give you a quotation of 50,000 and I come shoot your event with my phone. Utasema sasa huyu msee ajui nini anafanya. You see? So it's a no-brainer. You really can't match the two.
So
you
okay, you're explaining to us something about what you're talking about, the quality of cameras before Niku interrupt. So ulikuwa unasema
the quality of cameras give more. If I get into okay, let me get deeper into the whole photography aspect. Cameras give more clarity because they have more pixels than phones. Alafu sasa, when you talk about photography, I've said that there are specific cameras that really handle photography perfectly because their color schemes are very, very nice. Though at least now, when you pair them with lighting, when you pair them with lighting, they will give you the oomph factor. Yes.
Hey, umesema nani?
The oomph factor.
Okay.
Because with that,
Photographers got English.
with that, everything gets interesting. Hata wewe utaangalia the image and you'll be like, this is a very nice photo. Yes.
Okay, we were talking about the expenses also.
Yes.
How expensive is expensive? Like, okay, assuming I just want to start a basic camera. A basic studio.
Basic studio, from my point of view, I think 100,000.
100,000. What would that entail?
It will entail a good camera.
Okay, how good? No. Good in a machine.
Good. Actually, basic 35,000.
So you need camera still photos, right?
Still photos only. And paired lights, 24,000, and the backdrop. Yes. So
as simple as that, miangu imeisha.
Yeah, imeisha hivyo. And maybe a desktop, so that you get to do post-production and while editing the photos. I think 100,000 if you budget yourself properly and you know what you want. Yes.
Okay.
100,000 is okay.
100,000 is okay.
Yes.
Okay. So actually, COVID-19 really affected. It really introduced something. It affected our ways of living, and now we're having rooms, we're having meetings via internet and all that. And actually, even this particular broadcast is one of those things that labda somehow zilikuwa inspired na COVID. Juu live streaming ili come through. Actually, this is a live stream. Talk about live streaming kiasi. What is this thing, bro? Siku hizi unachekila mtu ana live stream, funeral na kwa live stream na nini. What is that new trend?
I think people are now embracing the fact that we shouldn't wait for a very long period to see the work. So we would rather share it on social media, so that every individual who never made it to the event, they can participate or feel like they've already participated in that event. Sasa nikikwekea live stream pale, that's another package by itself, because it really needs a lot of technical work, so that you get the groundwork done and the live work done.
Okay, there's somebody aitwa Bonikima amesema iPhone is more of a camera. Jaribu 14 Pro Max.
I have seen. It's a very competitive phone. Sikatai. But eventually, if you really get into the photography, you can start with a phone. I started with a phone, but it was a very low-end phone. So that, okay, when you start with a phone, you get to experience photography, HIVO, but professionally. And you should note, professionally, it is recommended you use professional cameras. I haven't said that shooting with a phone is a bad thing. Every videographer, Sazile, we really can't access our cameras, and we have something interesting to shoot, but not in an event. We pull out our phone, shoot, and then we move. But sasa, when it comes to professional content creation, or other professional documentation, we have to use professional cameras.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have to use professional cameras.
Yes.
Of course, as I promised you, manze tunaanza kufika mwisho. Imagine hivyo ndio 1 hour katika, like mbio tu hivyo. Anyway, so actually just to continue welcoming you to the broadcast, continue engaging us, and leo kuzungumza na sisi, tucheze kama sisi. Ingia pale kwa comment section. I'm seeing very interesting conversation. As I told you, Friday, there's nothing serious about Friday. Friday si ingia tu hapa kujibamba, kujifurahisha tu, talking about things that actually, okay, zinaka jokes, but at the end of it all, it affects your wedding. Because actually, to give a scenario that at times these photographers wanakuja pale kwa event, and let me just give the whole thing. Okay, for us, okay, I also do a few things pale kwa event. So at times I'm an MC at an event. So unapata kwa hii wedding, food iko perfect. Walipanga story ya chakula vizuri. Halafu hapo kwa tents wakapiga nje. So that means photographer hana footage. Decoration inakaa mbovu. Then at the end of it all, walichukua MC mpoa sana, na wakachukua ile sound ya kanisa speaker 2. Now eventually you'll not have a successful event, because these things must balance. Lazima photographer wako na videographer wako na decoration, everything must marry each other. So, and there's something we said last week, that the more the people, the more the budget. So actually, if you think of working on a small budget, look for a way to get I think a smaller number of people to attend your event. That's what I can advise. Anyway, tukiendelea nakukumbusha tu story ya keki, ingia pale kwa comment section, ucheze kama wewe. At the end of it all, you'll be able to win a cake courtesy of RedRoyal Cake House. In the meantime, tunarudi pale kwa Kevo atuambie sasa. Okay, you have already given us what I should consider when getting into the industry and all that.
Yes.
Now let's come to the challenges that come within being a photographer. Ni nini wasumbua nyinyi? Apart from ile yenye umesema clients wanasumbua pale, what are the challenges now facing the whole industry?
Saizi, there is a very rampant increase with the newbies pulling down prices.
Ukisema newbies unamaanisha newcomers wameingia kwa biashara?
Yes.
Sawa. By the way, kuna mtu amesema inafaa kuwa mwalimu wa English. You got English, bro. Then you also got jokes. You might consider kuwa comedian. Anyway, okay.
So newbies, they really, okay, if you really can't put a price on it, itakuwa very hard for you to survive, because the industry right now, it needs a lot of quality stuff. So if someone gets into the industry and smashes, really, like literally smashes the prices on a very low ground, inakuwa very hard for us to do a quote, because unaweza kuja Dawi Africa, we do you a quote of 60,000, yeah? So then that person goes out there with the same
package.
Yeah. No. So the client goes out there, ameona package yetu, and huko nje, they show another videographer the needs that the ones that they require. Then the videographer says, I can do this for 20,000. Hata naweza kupatia pia drone for
that
free.
Is like 25,000 less and an extra service on top.
Exactly. And an extra service that is free. Anakwambia hata drone nitakufanyia bure.
Hello.
It is so weirdly interesting that you can really do an event hivyo. So I don't know ni nini profits unapata, because kama unaweza fanya an event with 20,000 all the way from 50, inakuwa very hard. And there was a scenario, this couple came from Nairobi, since they were doing the event in Kitale, wametoka Nairobi, they were given a quote of 100,000. Wakakuja hapa Eldoret. So what happened, the videographer they met akamwambia mtanipatia around 30K. The client was so shocked, mpaka akashtuka, wakajiambia sasa for 30,000 what would you really do with 30,000? Kama tumetoka Nairobi and it's a quote of 100,000, I don't really think you're the right person for the job, because sisi they had to reveal that tulikuwa tumepewa quotation ya 100, so we were expecting you'd rather fall around 80-75,000,
because maybe uko si Nairobi.
Yes. So the client knows what they want, but the videographer apparently
akatupa bei vibaya sana.
Yeah. So, and I think it is all about it always comes back to the skill. What have you invested in your craft? So that ukifanya quotation, you really know your worth. It's all about the worth. Kama unajua your worth, nobody in the industry would really overlook the price. Atakuwa nakwambia, you need 80,000. Sawa, good. You come through, do the job, finish. Now, the clients who pay faster, if kama utakuja you do the quote na client akupatie full payment, those clients really don't follow up, atusumbuanangi sana. But if you get a low quote, inakwanga very hard for inakwanga very a very bad rat race. Unasumbuananga huko chini sana. So if the client knows what they want, inakuwa very easy for me to deliver to the fullest. Yes.
Okay. So it is easier for you to deliver whenever client amecheza kama yeye, pia unacheza kama wewe. Thank you so much.
And to add on that, there's a very big challenge to kiwa shoot. So after every shoot, since the trends are moving, we always do the morning shoot, and there is this evening shoot. We always want to do evening shoots because it's a very different environment at that point. Kwa giza. So we want to give you we really like the evening ambience. Yeah, nakwanga very nice.
Utoto mawingu tumekuwa orange hivyo hivyo.
Yes, the golden hour. It happens around 5:30 there. So what we always want to capture that as part of the documentation. So tukikuja tunakatiza the whole prize giving point. Sasa zile MC anapeana the MC is initiating the prize giving. We would really want you to act swiftly so that we get to beat time.
Ngoja, kuna kitu wase waelewi hapa. So inamaanisha like at around 5 or 5:30 thereabout,
yeah,
they should actually be free for them to get the evening shoot.
Yes. And it usually takes around 1 hour.
So hiyo kitu jua ikienda, akitaka saa 2 usiku, it make sense anymore.
It doesn't make sense.
So as much as we promised evening shoot, kuna time yenyewe evening shoot inafaa kutakiwa juu ya lighting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think when wako wana watch washaelewa kitu. Like, okay, kwa kitu evening shoot juu ni evening shoot, it's actually a particular time when the sun is at a particular angle, so that it gives you a particular quality.
We call it the golden hour.
They're saying the golden hour.
Yes.
So in fact, okay, because I'm an MC kwa hizi events, at times hawa sasa kuja kutusumbua, zile za nataka achukue bibi harusi kidogo for a shoot. Guys, okay, I don't know how we can balance that because actually at times ina clash na zawadi. Yes. But anyway, washajua, so maybe next time wataanza sherehe mapema kidogo so that by that time actually they can have that freedom, right?
Yeah, sure.
Then there's somebody who said that MCs huwa wanachoma time reception. Nyi uko na issues gani na MC? Tumalizane.
I have a problem with the MCs who do the champagne popping. I don't understand why. Kindly let the individuals who are...
Sianzia hapo kwa reception. Mbona ushakimbia kwa champagne na nuko katikati? Anzia kwa reception. Reception mnakosania gani na MC?
MC, kindly don't let individuals come in front of the team that's documenting the event.
So MC anaingilia wapi hapo? Si individuals wanakuja.
MC, you have the mic.
Oh.
I really can't snatch the mic from you and niambie watu. Tafadhali, don't come close to the videography, guys. Do your part, I do my part, and I'll make you look good.
Okay, so ushasema issue yenu na MC, ushasema issue yenu na chefs. Ni nani hatujaongelea? Watu wa deco, mnakuwa na issues na watu wa deco pia? Na wa keki?
No.
Msumbuani.
Deco, just do your deco in good time. So that at least, because from the particular documentation, utakuja baadaye you tell me, give me a snippet of what you had shot, so that at least I can use it for marketing. Yes. So if I really didn't capture that moment, itakuwa a very bad loss for you. So kindly, let's we work on time. Let's embrace trust that I'll do some good work for you, and at the end of the day, we'll be a very, very, very happy team.
Okay. Yeah. Keep working the like button. Keep hitting that button. Remember that button. Remember that the more you hit that button, the better I know that unacheza hapo ndani. I think anytime you hit it, actually inaenda juu na sura yako. So I know that you're actually there. Kim's Livin saying Kalia unafanya nitake kufanya sherehe juu ya MC na photography. The show is cool. Okay, thank you so much. Usijali tutakupanga. Especially kama unasema uliona Mwangaza Studios, we will make sure tukupange. Hapa studio tuko na kijana anaitwa Kim amehangaika muda mrefu sana. Anyway, so to more serious issues, guys, of course we are coming to almost the end of this particular interview. I had promised you that at the end of this particular interview, there's somebody who will be walking away with a cake. So we are going to Kevin atupatie his last words. Then we come back to award somebody a cake. But then before we go there, Mildred Sum says, I love the articulation of the words from our guest speaker. Okay, actually guest speaker wetu leo ni mtu hapa tu kwa nyumba, so akaya hata guest tana. Anyway, so thank you so much for coming, bro. Thank you so much for making time to be on the broadcast. Then there's Bonikima has issues with you guys. Alafu stop covering that part where the son-in-law ana dance mbele ya mother-in-law. Culture has been deteriorated. I think that is an issue with I think it's an issue with the whole society rather than the photographer, because kwani mbona akisha dance sasa kazi ya huyu jamani ko document tu, si makosa yake. So Bonny Kim, don't dance in front of your mother-in-law if culture doesn't allow that. Anyway, who else is here? Okay, Kim's anataka kufunza photography. Okay, sawa, we'll see what we can do about that. Aitwa nani? Kim nani? Kevin atajibu about that. Okay, actually Kim is our director. So we'll be bringing him mbele ya camera siku moja. Bado akomuoga kiasi, but tutafanya mpango tumlete. Asikuja hapa ongea na sign language. Anyway, so Bonny Kim says, where does English and photography come together? Kelvin deserves to be an English teacher. Wadau, leo hata tunatumia Kiswahili na Sheng. Sijui nini namsumbua na Kiingereza. Are you realizing I'm very relaxed? Then he's like the one trying to flex his English. What is happening? Bro, hadi nimevaa jumper kuonyesha just venye niko jokes, bro.
Calm down.
It's not that serious,
calm
bro.
Calm
like
down.
You mustn't. Hey. Anyway, thank you so much for that comment. Who else is here? Nimesoma comment yake. Nilikuwa nimeona comments zingine. I don't know why they usually disappear. I'm seeing 98 comments and I can't see them. Okay, I'm seeing it kwa pale juu. Alafu kuna mtu anasema nini? Kuna mtu Uria amesema is watching. Thank you so much, Arap Uria, for watching this particular broadcast. I think I think I'm seeing somebody sijai. Okay? No. Huyu kumbe amekuanga. Alikuwa nataka tupigie makofi mgeni mwenye amefika. Faith Bor is actually new here. So Faith Bor, karibu sana. Nancy Komen, karibu sana. These are people who are new on the show. Every morning from Monday to Friday tunakuanga hapa tukijibamba, tukijifurahisha tu. But then actually Friday is more easy. Monday to Thursday we talk about more serious issues. We invite different experts to talk about different aspects of life. Now we should be going back to Kevin. Utupatie your parting words. Then when we come back, somebody is going to walk away with a cake. Teren. Karibu, Kevin.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kalia. I'm always used to being behind the camera. So today I am here. I stepped out of the darkness and into the light. First and foremost, since I actually work in Dawi Afrique photography, you can follow our social media handles. On Instagram, we are at Dawi Afrique. On YouTube, Dawi Afrique Photography, and on Facebook, Dawi Afrique Photography and Safaris. So for every individual, I would like us to embrace photography sana, because if you get your photo taken today, the next 5 years you are going to look back at that photo, and if it was an amazing photo, utasema, hey, nimetoka mbali sana. So we should embrace photography. Let's pay photographers, and let's work with packages that are suitable for for kila mtu. If you want good documentation, don't sacrifice on quality. Look for individuals who know what they are doing. Look for individuals who can deliver on what you want. And if you see that they can't deliver, kindly let them understand you from that perspective. Because it's never hard. It's not a hard thing. We are service providers. We are here to listen. Now, at the end of it all, we are going to give you an amazing experience. So if you have your event, kindly follow Dawi Afrique Photography. You're welcome. And these are just some of our work. We've done portraiture. We do portraiture. We deal with events. This was one portraiture that was shot in the evening, around 2, and then we have photo books that we give our.
The photographer can get that.
Yes. That we provide as part of our packages. So we drifted from the normal single images. So we have this as the new output when it comes to photography. So it's a very interesting look. If you visit our photography studio, this is a part of the package package output that we are going to show you. So once you see, you get to
wow,
see
those
this.
ones look nice.
It's very nice. At least now, when you have guests, hawezi chomoa, they can't really take their individual images. So with these,
they cannot take the photos away.
Yes.
By the way, kunakuwa na wezi wa picha.
Sasa
Mgeni anakuja anaona picha na anaenda nayo.
Exactly.
And then these ones also don't fade actually. They'll maintain
fade.
that quality forever.
For a very long time. So this is part of the output. Alafu with the packages that are there. With the packages that are there, that it will depend. Unataka drone, unataka hii. So once you come through, you will meet me at the office. I'll explain proper rundown on what the quotation entails. Halafu, you're going to be happy at the end of it all. Santeni sana. Thank you so much. I mean, it's been an amazing show, sana.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, Kevin. And next time you come on the show, don't use too much English when the host is not using it, or else manza tutakaribisha next time. You cannot come here and shine, bro. You cannot come here and shine. You cannot come here and shine. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for making time to be on the Morning Glory show. Of course, as I have always promised, then this one comes live from Dawi Afrique Photography. At least Kevin Lam aonyesha some little bit of what they do. And by the way, I'll not be only biased to Dawi Afrique. I'll bring photographers from other studios to also come showcase what they do. Because apart from this being the Dawi Afrique studio, it is where we host the Morning Glory show. And Morning Glory show belongs to everyone. So by the way, make sure that any other time, ukiwa na mtu unafeel anafaa kuapia hapa, be it an expert in any field, tag them along and let them know that they can be part of this particular broadcast. Time has come for me to give out a cake. Na nimeona hapo Bonikim akisema leo tupe mrembo keki. By the way, ningependa sana kupea mrembo. Actually, Bonikim also has done a very good job commenting there, but at least ameonja hii keki yetu. So thank you so much. Kim's Lavin pia amefanya kazi poa, but ashaonja hii keki yetu. But then there is this group of people who have actually been there since the start. Nikiwaambia like button naona wako hapo, but then actually, okay, maybe hawana maneno ya kucomment, umeelewa? And they were telling me utatushughulikia sisi aje. So there is one person who's never missed a show, or if they missed this, they won't miss the next one. Anaitwa Ruben Birech.
Yeah.
Ruben has never missed even a single show. Actually, comment yake ni inakuwa good morning, then he stays on the show mpaka mwisho, then unasikia the show was nice. Unaelewa? Then he even goes to the extent of coming inbox and telling us actually the show was nice. I feel Leo, the cake appearing right now on the table. I think you're already getting that. Thank you. That cake is going out to Ruben Birech. So Ruben Birech, text me your number. I think I have your number. I'll call you actually, so that you can pick your cake. But then you come here with a few friends, at least mkate keki, muweze kufurahia keki. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful morning, have a beautiful weekend, and remember that we've been coming live from Dawi Afrique Photography, and that also the cake is courtesy of RedRoyal Cake House. So I think mtatupea time kiasi tupigana na Kevo for the English he decided to use on the show, that has deliberately decided to use Sheng and a mix of everything. So before we go to fight, anyway guys, have a beautiful weekend. Be safe guys, be safe by the way. As I think tuko kwa festive season, and this time people tend to be careless, there are a lot of accidents. Guys, let's be safe. Alafu pia yesterday we were talking about drugs. Manze tupunguze story ya kulewa kiasi. Let's be a responsible generation. Till next time wazito, nieke mahali pema karibu na roho. Usiende mbali na roho. See you.